Shalom, shalom. We are a nation of kings and priests. I'm Brother Ruben, and by my side,
Brother Ernesto.
And we're here to bring the truth out to the Bible as it is written. Okay, we're going to go into the title is an abomination. Okay, a lot of people don't know what abomination means. That is something the Most High God hates. It's a filthy, dirty act that God does not like. And we're going to get into some of these abominations. And we're going to see if you commit abominations, is the kingdom of heaven for you or not. Okay, let's start at Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 7.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 7.
Read, brother.
And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
So the Most High God say, for us, the prophets, the Israelites, speak his words to you, the Israelites, which are you black, you Hispanics, and you Native American. Whether you will hear or whether you don't want to hear. Read.
For they are most rebellious.
Because they are what?
Most rebellious.
You Hispanics, you blacks, you Native Americans, y'all are a rebellious people. Because when we come out of this Bible and tell you the truth, y'all do not want to hear these words. You say it doesn't matter. These things does not matter. But these things matter. The Most High God told us to speak his words, not to lean on to our own understanding and speak our own words. All right. From there, let's go to 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. Okay. Because a lot of you Christians like to say we don't have to keep God's laws no more. We can do anything. Okay? Is that according to the Bible? Can we do anything? That means I can go out and steal and not be judged for it. I can murder and not be judged for it. You said the commandments are done away with. So I can sleep with your wife. And God won't judge me for that. We don't have to keep the commandments. Okay? Read 1 John chapter 2. Let's start at verse 3.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 3.
Read.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
Hereby we know that we know Jesus Christ. Yahweh shall read.
If we keep his commandments.
If. It's a stipulation. If we keep his commandments, then you know him. Read.
Verse 4. He that saith I know him.
He that saith I know him. You Christians, you pork chop pastors. You say you know Christ, right? Read.
And keepeth not his commandments.
And you don't keep God's commandments. Read.
Is a liar.
You're what?
Is a liar.
So your pork chop pastor, he's a liar. Because he's in the pulpit not keeping God's commandments. He don't keep the Sabbath day. He don't keep a beard on his face. He eats shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. He says okay. He keep Christmas. He's a liar. Read on, brother.
And the truth is not in him.
And the truth is not in him because he's not keeping the commandments. He's not teaching the commandments. Read.
Verse 5. But whoso keepeth his word.
Whosoever keep the commandments. Read.
In him verily is the love of God perfected.
Read.
Hereby know we that we are in him. Verse 6.
Read.
He that saith he abideth in him.
He that say he abideth in Christ. Read.
Ought himself also so to walk even as he walked.
So you supposed to walk like Christ walked. Christ kept the Sabbath day. Christ kept a beard on his face. Christ kept fringes on. Christ kept all these things. You can't read about Christ eating pork in the Bible. So if you want to walk and be like Christ, you must walk the same way he walked. Okay, not lean onto your own understanding and do your own will. Okay, now we're going to go into some of these abominations. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 16. Proverbs 6 and 16. Let's go into some of these abominations and see what we ought to do. What is an abomination? Because the average Christian don't even know what an abomination is. They do it every day and don't even know what it is. Call it and read it when you got it, brother.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16.
Read.
These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7.
7 is what?
Are an abomination.
7 is an abomination. What he hates. Read.
Unto him. Verse 17. A proud look.
A proud look. Read.
A lying tongue.
Lying tongue, you liars. Read.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
Murderers.
Verse 18. and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations,
Your mind that think wicked things. Read.
feet that be swift in running to mischief.
Running out to the club, trying to find some women. Read.
Verse 19, a false witness
False witness.
that speaketh
That
lies.
speaking who?
That speaketh
Read,
lies.
brother.
And him that soweth discord among brethren.
Breaking up the brethren. That because you leave a certain camp, they say no more communication with this guy. That's sowing discourse among the brethren. That because I'm not with your camp, you're supposed to love your brother. Okay? That's an abomination. You're not going to get the kingdom. You must love your brother. If your brother's sowing discourse and breaking up the congregation and leave, it's a different thing. But if a brother leave on his own will, why no more love for the brother? Why delete the brother off Facebook? Why no more phone calls? We have brothers that we were with that stayed next door around the corner from us and won't even give us a brother a phone call because we're not with your camp. All right? That's an abomination, brother. You need to repent from that. Okay? Let's go to Revelation chapter 21. Let's see what the kingdom of heaven is. Everybody should want the kingdom of heaven and what the kingdom of heaven is going to bring. We all seeking for the kingdom. Okay? Read verse 1, brother.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1.
Read.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
It's talking about heaven, because heaven is going to be on this earth. It's not nothing that grandma went up to the sky and floated up to. It's going to be on the earth. Read.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
There were no more sea. When you read all the way down, it's describing the kingdom of heaven. When you get to verse 14 to 15, it's talking about the gates. You're talking about the children of Israel, okay? But we're going to jump to verse 27. All right? Read that when you get it.
Verse 27. And there shall in no wise enter into it.
There should no wise enter into these gates, enter into the kingdom of heaven. Let's see what you got to do not to enter. Read.
Anything that defileth.
Anything that defiles it, the kingdom. Read.
Neither whatsoever worketh abomination.
Do what?
Neither whatsoever worketh abomination.
Neither that worketh an abomination. You will not get the kingdom working an abomination. You just read that in Proverbs 6 and 16. Some things that God hate. A liar. Serving discourse. Things like that. A murderer. Okay, finish that off.
Or maketh a lie.
Or make it a lie. Read.
But they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
See that? You will not get into the kingdom if it's an abomination. We read some in Proverbs. Now we're going to read some more of these abominations. All right, let's go to Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. We're going to get some of these abominations, some of these things that the Christian church that tell you it's okay to do. And that's not so according to the Bible. Because we just read in John, 1 John chapter 2, that if you don't keep God's commandments, you are a liar. That's coming out of the New Testament. Okay? You don't want to be found a liar, because it says a liar will not make it into the kingdom. All right? If these commandments are done away with, you must prove all things. All right? Let's read some of these abominations. Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. Read that, brother.
The book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7.
Read.
And the swine.
And the who?
And the swine.
That's the pig. You pig eating lovers. You ham eaters. You bacon eaters. You what's that? Pork chops, ribs. All you brothers that love that is talking about you. Read.
Though he divide the hoof.
Even though the swine divide the hoof. Read.
And be cloven footed.
And he's cloven footed. Read.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He cheweth not the cud. Because the pig don't know how to digest his food. He don't know how to regurgitate it. He don't know how to swallow it and bring it back up to regurgitate it and bring it down like a cow. It just brings it down. And then the pig don't have no sweat gland. So anytime he sweat, it's going to germ stay in his body. So all you blacks, Hispanic that love eating that filthy animal, because the pig is disgusting, he will eat anything. Read.
He is unclean to you.
What the Most High God say?
He is unclean to you.
That pig is unclean to you because his job is to clean the dirt and the filth of the earth. When you eat a pig, you eating all that filth. Read.
Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
And their flesh, you must not grab their flesh to put it to your mouth. Okay, keep reading.
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
Read.
They are unclean to you.
The pig is unclean. Read. Let's get some more.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
So now it's talking about in the water. These shall you not eat. Read.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters,
okay,
in the seas,
keep reading,
and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Okay, it's telling you if the fish or creatures in the water don't have fins and scales, you're not to eat these things. Only eat the fish that have fins and scales. That's what God said. Do a crab got fins and scales? No. Do shrimp got fins and scales? No. These are bottom feeders. They're on the bottom of the ocean, eat all the stuff that fishes are dropping down to the bottom, eating the poop. That's what it is. The poop that they're eating from the fish. So when you're eating a little shrimp and you calling this a delicacy, you eating boo-boo, you eating shit, okay? That's what are you eating, okay? Hate to be out blank with it, but sometimes we got to tell the truth. Okay, read. Read verse 10.
And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters,
okay,
they shall be an abomination.
They shall be what?
They shall be an abomination.
The Bible says all that stuff that you don't supposed to eat is an abomination. Okay? That is an abomination. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Read on, brother.
Verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh.
Read.
But ye shall have their carcasses in an abomination.
Read.
Verse 12. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you.
Why the Most High got to keep repeating itself? Because he said you are a rebellious people. Just in them 2 or 3 little chapters, he said abomination over 3 times. Because it's hard for you Israelites to listen. You hard-headed. You don't like to listen to this Bible. You like to do what you want to do. All right? Justify your sin. You look for scripture to justify what you can do to keep sinning. But that's not so, according to thus saith the Lord. All right, brother. Let's get some more of these abominations. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 22, and let's start at verse 5. We're going to get on you women too, and you cross-dressing men. All right? Deuteronomy chapter 22. Okay, from there, we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. We're going to touch on some more of these abominations. We're going to get on you women now too, and you cross-dressing men, because this pertains to you too, okay? Deuteronomy 22, 5. Read it when you got it, brother.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5.
Read.
The woman.
The who?
The woman.
The who?
The woman.
The woman. Read.
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Read.
For all that do so are abomination.
Are what?
Are abomination.
Are what?
Are abomination.
You got to keep saying that word, because abomination means you will not get the kingdom. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. God keeps saying this, not us. Okay? All right. You men that's cross-dressing, wearing women clothes, dresses, Kanye West, Pete Diddy, all you rappers that want to wear dresses now, that is an abomination. Even you actors, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, dressing up as women in your movies, that is an abomination unto the Lord. You're not to wear women clothes, dresses, high heels, bras, none of that. Okay? But the scriptures say the woman too. The woman. Read that top precept, brother.
Verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
You women not to wear that pertaineth unto a man. Because we got a lot of women say back then, everybody wore those long garments. Jesus Christ, all the apostles, everybody wear garments. Okay? Let's see. Let's see that everybody wear long garments. Okay, let's go to Exodus chapter 28, verse 42. Exodus chapter 28, verse 42. Call it when you got it. And hold that Deuteronomy. Exodus chapter 28 and verse 42. Okay?
The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 42.
Read.
And thou shalt make them linen
And
breeches.
thou shalt make them linen breeches. Who is it talking about? Read verse 41.
Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with
Thy
him.
brother and thy sons. It's talking about the men. Because when the men came into the sanctuary, the Most High could see their naked body parts. So he told them to make linen breeches. Okay, read verse 42.
Verse 42. And thou shalt make them linen breeches
You men, not you women. Read.
to cover their nakedness.
To do what?
To cover their nakedness.
Read.
From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
Even to the thighs they shall reach. So under those garments, women, the men wore linen breeches under those garments. So there's no excuse for you women trying to make excuses. You're trying to say everybody wore dresses or garments back then. The men had breeches on under those garments, as well as today. Women didn't start wearing pants until the early 1950s. Your grandma never wore pants. Your great grandma never wore pants. That was given to you by your oppressors. When the men went to war, the women had to hold it down. So when the women held it down, they held those jobs down. When the men came back, they said, we can take on those jobs. So they marched and said, we can do what the men do. We want to wear pants like the men wore. But that was not so back in those days. When the women was in slavery, what did they wear? Dresses. Read that top precept again, brother.
On the Deuteronomy or?
Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. Read that top precept of that again.
Book of Deuteronomy.
So women can get to understand it. Read.
Chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
All right. If you wear that what pertains to a man, it's going to be a judgment for that. Okay? Zephaniah 1 and 8. Let's get the judgment for women wearing pants. Because the Most High already said that's an abomination. You will not get the kingdom. You will not get the kingdom. I repeat, you will not get the kingdom. All right? Zephaniah 1 and 8. But it's going to be a judgment for that. Read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8.
Read.
And it shall come to pass.
It's going to come to pass when Christ return. Read.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
That's when Christ return. Read.
That I will punish the princes.
He's going to punish who?
The princes.
He's going to punish you women. Read.
And the king's children.
And you men that cross-dress too. Read.
And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Clothed with what?
With strange apparel.
But that's strange apparel for God, for a woman to be wearing pants. That's strange apparel to the Most High God. So it's going to be a judgment. You're going to be punished for that thing. All right? From there, let's go back to Deuteronomy. Let's go back to Deuteronomy. I want to, let's go to Deuteronomy 24. And I believe it's verse, let me look at it. Let's start at verse 3. 24 and verse 3.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24, verse 3.
Read.
And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement.
So if you write your wife a bill of divorcement, you divorce your wife. Read.
And give it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house.
Read.
Or if the latter husband die.
Or if he die. Read.
Which took her to be his wife.
Read.
Verse 4. Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
So you must not take her again to be your wife. If you marry and you divorce, you cannot come back and marry her again. All right? That you can't do that. Once you divorce, you can only divorce your wife if she commit fornication. But you women, you cannot divorce your man, your husband, for no reason at all unless he died. That's the only way you can divorce. All right? Read.
After that, she is defiled.
After that, she what?
She is defiled.
We just read in Revelation 21:27 that you cannot get into the kingdom defiled. Read.
For that is abomination.
That is what?
That is abomination.
That's an abomination. To remarry after you left and then come back. You can't do that, read.
Before the Lord. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
Right, that the God giveth thee for inheritance. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's jump to 25. And let me see, hold on. Read verse 16. Deuteronomy 25, verse 16. Read that real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25, verse 16.
Read.
For all that do such things.
All that do such things, what things? Read.
And all that do unrighteously.
Unrighteously, read.
Are an abomination.
Are what?
An abomination.
That's an abomination, doing unrighteously. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
All right. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Let's see what righteousness is, so you can do righteousness and not unrighteousness. Deuteronomy 6, verse 25. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 25.
Read.
And it shall be our righteousness.
It should be the Israelite righteousness. It's talking about righteousness. Read.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
All what?
All these commandments.
Read.
Before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
See that? Being righteous is keeping God's commandments. If you're not keeping God's commandments, that's unrighteousness. That means you will not get the kingdom. That's an abomination. You must keep God's commandments. All right, let's jump to 7 and 25.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 25.
Read.
The graven images.
The graven images, read.
Of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
Shall you do what?
Burn with fire.
Read.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or the gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein. For it is an abomination.
What?
An abomination.
That white Jesus you got in your house, that is an abomination. That's a graven image, because that's not thus said the Bible. Jesus Christ is a black man according to the scriptures. Okay? Your car can be an engraven image. That cross you got on your neck, that's an engraven image. Read verse 26.
Verse 26. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Don't bring that picture of white Jesus in your house. Right? Read.
Lest thou be a cursed thing like it.
It's going to be a cursed thing to you. You're going to have bad luck when you bring that devil in your house. Read.
But thou shalt utterly detest it.
Read.
And thou shalt utterly abhor it.
Read.
For it is a cursed thing.
It is a what?
A cursed thing.
It's a cursed thing. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 31. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 31. All right. We're going to get some more of these abominations that will not get you into the kingdom of heaven. Read that.
Which one was that you said?
12 and 31.
Pastor. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 31.
Read.
Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God, for every abomination
Every abomination. It's talking about that again. Abominations. Read.
To the Lord which he hath hated.
He hated abominations. Read.
Have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods.
You see that?
The battery is flashing.
Okay. From there. All right. From there, we're going to go to Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. We're going to go back into more abominations. Okay. Read when you got it, brother.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13.
Read.
If a man also lie with mankind.
So if you two men lying together, you homosexuals, because we know a lot of people scared to speak about homosexuals. You know, they promote homosexuality now here in America, but that's not according to the Bible. That's not according to the Lord. The Lord hates homosexuals. They got these new Bibles say, oh, you can be a homosexual and can be saved. The Most High never changed. You change. You change God's words. These words in the Bible never change. Kirk Franklin and all these actors and singers, they scared to speak about homosexuality. But we're not, because we're the prophets of the Most High. We're going to bring out the truth of this Bible, whether you like it or not. Read that from the top.
Verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind,
Read.
as he lieth with a
So
woman,
you two men lying together like you lying with a woman. What do men and women do? They have babies. They replenish the earth. If two men lying together, you cannot make a baby. You two women lying together, you cannot create a baby. That's against the nature of God. All right? So I don't know where you getting this talking about you can be homosexuals now. That's against the Bible. All right, read that from the top.
verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind,
Read.
as he lieth with a woman,
Read.
both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them, the giver and the receiver, have committed a what?
An abomination.
And an abomination. You will not get the kingdom, you homosexuals, you lesbians. You will not get the kingdom. Read.
They shall surely be put to death.
What's going to happen to these homosexuals?
They shall surely be put to death.
Not only will you make it to the kingdom, you're going to be what?
Put to
You're
death.
going to be what?
Put to death.
You're going to be put to death. Where you think AIDS come from? You think that was just something made up? That's for you homosexuals to get put to death. All right? Read.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Your blood going to be upon you. Thus saith the Lord. Okay? From there, let's go to Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 22. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 22.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 22.
Read.
Lying lips.
What?
Lying lips
Lying lips. Read.
are abomination to the Lord.
Lying lips are an abomination unto the Lord. You would not get the kingdom walking around telling lies. Okay, that's an abomination. All right? All right, let's go to the book of Sirach. We're going to finish it off right here. Sirach 15 and verse 13. And then we're going to go back to Revelation to top it off. Sirach chapter 15. For you don't know, this is the Apocrypha. It's in the original 1611 King James Version Bible. It was taken out by the Catholic Church. They took this out so you don't know who you are, your nationality. They don't want you to know certain things, okay?
It's also in the Greek Septuagint
Yeah,
as well.
it's in the Greek intelligence as well, just like the brother just brought out. That's why when you read no Jew, no Greek, you don't get no understanding, because your Greek captivity is in this Bible. When they go to Gentiles, you don't know who are the Gentiles, because it's tell you who the Gentiles are in this Apocrypha. All right, you got that?
The book of Sirach, chapter 15, verse 13.
Read.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
The Lord do what?
Hateth all abomination.
Do what?
Hateth all
The
abomination.
Lord hateth all abominations. Read.
And they that fear God love it not.
And if you fear God, you love these abominations not. That means you won't commit these abominations. Let's top it off with Revelation chapter 21 again and verse 27.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 27.
Read.
And there shall in no wise enter into it
That we've been reading all day. You will not enter into the kingdom by doing what?
anything that defileth,
We read that defileth. Read.
neither whatsoever worketh
And
abomination.
do what?
Neither whatsoever worketh
We
abomination.
just read all these abominations that you would not get the kingdom. Eating the food, clothes, dressing, homosexuals, those things you will not get the kingdom. Being a liar, a murderer, you would not get the kingdom. Read.
Or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
Written in the Lamb's book of life. So if you want to make it into that book of life, keep God's commandments. And with that, we're going to say shalom. We hope you are edified by this video. We are nations of kings and priests. With that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Most High Christ bless.